Scott, my middle name is never to be spoken aloud.
Virgil Ovid Hawkins.
Oh, the middle name gag. You got to love that.
Which is funny because I actually talked about that on the first episode of Static Shock. Like I went down because I pointed out the fact that he has two ancient poets, his names, Virgil and Ovid.
There you go. Oh, middle names. It's always funny because my father doesn't have a middle name. He always said that his parents couldn't afford it for him. But, running joke. But, when you're a kid, you believe it. When I was a kid, I actually thought that his parents couldn't afford it at the time.
But, dude, when your parents bust out your middle name,
oh, yeah.
You were fucked.
When I heard David Anthony, which is my middle name, oh, yeah, I knew I was like, oh, boy.
What's always funny for me is that I never got the middle name treatment, but it's always funny when people go, when I mentioned that I'm Scotch Irish or something like that, and then they go, really? And I'm like, my name is Scott Patrick McClellan. Where do you think I came from?
I know, right? It's right there.
It's right there.
Scott Patrick, come on. I mean, it's pretty easy to think where the origin of that came from. So it is funny too, because, being half Mexican, I have a Mexican middle name, and then my last name, David Anthony Pena. It's like kind of works. My brother, Jeffrey Michael. It's like,
that's as wide as it can possibly be.
Yeah. I'm like, they were like, with him, they're like, nah, we're going to choose like, and we had like a couple uncles named Michael and stuff like that. So it was like, but then with me, they're like, nah, let's do a Mexican middle name. Let's go more Mexican with David, So there you go. We're talking about middle names, guys. What's happening? Welcome to DC Fan-imated. I'm, of course, David Film Junkie. With me always, Mr. Scott McClellan. How's it going, sir?
Going okay. As I teased on my X account today, this is actually quite an episode because it is a DC animated milestone.
Ooh.
And that I don't even mean that as a pun, considering that we're talking about Static.
Yeah, and where it comes from. Yeah. No, that's cool. I'm curious to for you to touch bases on that.
It happens very quickly. It's in the credits. So like the opening credits. So I'll have
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'm very curious. But yeah, we're talking about episode 5 of Static Shock. And like I said, if you guys want to watch along, it is all free on Tubi. You get a couple ads in between. Obviously, if you
just like the old days, what can we say?
Pretty much. It's not too bad, though. I think when I watched this episode, I got like 2 ad breaks, so it's not too bad. I did, however, notice that if you do put it on your TV, more ads. But that's like that with every service. It's like when they know you're watching it on TV, because I watched the movie, which I do not suggest. I don't suggest this movie because I thought it was a slog. I watched that movie. I saw the TV Glow.
Okay. I was not like, it was not the trailers was, we know people who love this movie. So I'm being very careful here, but the trailer did not call to me. I will put it that way.
The trailer called to me because I thought, okay, this is interesting. It seems like a little weird. Seems like a little like mind bending weird. And yeah, it didn't. I was going, this is a slog. This is depressing. This movie is only a little over 90 minutes, but I'm like, well, we're only 40 minutes in this. And then I was just trying to understand things, and it's just, I don't know. It was, and I'm, kudos to the people who were like, thought, oh yeah, it resonated with me. Did not with me. I was like, what are they trying to tell here? Like, I'm not understanding.
Well, it's one of the, I feel like it's one of those movies, and that's why when I saw the trailer, I was like, this movie is not for me.
Yeah. And I think after it ended, I kind of got what it was like going for. I'm not going to explain it right here. Obviously, I'm not going to go on a big tangent. The reason why I was going on this tangent is like, I cast it to my TV, and this didn't help also the fact that this movie was a slog, that I was getting more commercials than I would if I just watched it on my computer. So that's the thing, is like platforms, when they know what you're on, oh yeah, when it's on TV, they feed more of the commercials for sure. Longer commercial breaks too. Like when I watch Static Shock, or I've watched a movie just on here, the movie breaks are like 30 seconds. It was like twice that, maybe even 3 times that. It was like, Jesus Christ. So just saying, guys, just letting you know, when it comes to Tubi, as much as it's free, you do get those ads, but
you pay for it.
Yeah, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Again, Tubi has a lot of cool, there's a lot of stuff that you go watch on there, and it's great. It's absolutely great. But yeah, so we got they're playing my song, and we get introduced to another Bang Baby.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And that is, of course, Rubber Band Man, which, it's funny because, we've seen stretchy type of characters before, but you never really see them turn into a bouncing ball.
I would feel like Plastic Man would probably do something like that, because Plastic Man has always been like, of all the stretchies. I mean, in Marvel, of course, you got Mr. Fantastic, and you've actually got 2 in the DC universe, because you've got Plastic Man and you've got the Elongated Man. But Plastic Man is someone, because the accident made him go a little
cuckoo
for Cocoa Puffs. He would be someone who would turn into a bouncy ball. I do enjoy. Did you ever watch Justice League Action?
I don't know if I did.
Yeah, it was one. It lasted 1 season. It was 50-something episodes, but it was one of those that, like, each episode was only like 11 minutes. It had sort of that Teen Titans Go
I might
have
watched a few of those. Yeah. I think I did. Watched a few of them. I wasn't like, avid watcher for sure.
No, but they did Plastic Man really well on that show. I will give it credit for that. So
interesting. But I also want to say hi to people watching. Eric, of course. Gotta love the kid show cussing. Oh, yeah. There was like a little get your ashy. I was like, whoa, interesting. Hey,
well, it's okay. I feel like that's because of the milestone I've been talking about.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll get there. But, hi, Mr. Venom. You're all about to meet the show. Oh, the show's favorite villain. Okay, that's not your favorite villain.
Interestingly, though, if you watch the opening title sequence, Rubber Band Man is the first villain that shows up in that title sequence.
He is there. That's why, like, when the episode started or when he showed up at first, I went, have we seen this guy? And I think it was just because he's in the opening credits.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, but we haven't officially met him.
Right.
And good to see you, Mr. Raw Frequency 26. So, yeah, starting off with the episode, we basically have one of those record execs, producer guys.
Record execs. I mean,
yeah, he's got the slick back hair. He's got the facial hair that makes him look like a piece of shit. When he's talking on the phone, talking about like, making, deals. And then this is where we get the bouncy ball that just shows up just randomly. He's all by himself in his office.
I love he starts playing with it just out of nowhere.
He just starts dribbling it. like, okay, that's fine. But then, of course, that's where Rubber Man finally just kind of just makes himself his full self and attacks him, throws him around the room. And it's just like one of those things where we start to learn that Rubber Band Man basically was creating some beats.
We don't even know that part yet.
So much, but he kind of talks about,
we know something was stolen from him.
Yes. So we don't know exactly what it is. Yeah, I kind of got ahead of what we find out, which is the episode does do a good job of laying that out.
I have to say this because because did you pay attention to who wrote the episode?
No, I didn't.
See, that's the thing. This episode was written by Dwayne McDuffie, the co-creator of Static.
Okay.
And why this is a milestone?
Oh, okay.
This is Dwayne McDuffie's first writing credit on an animated program. This is the first episode of anything animated that Dwayne McDuffie wrote, which is insane to me because I came to know Dwayne McDuffie as a writer of animation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about his comic book career. I didn't know about
Yeah.
Milestone. He was one of the co-founders of Milestone. He's one of the co-creators of Static. But this episode is Dwayne's first ever episode of anything ever.
So I did not know that. I didn't catch that, when it came to the opening credits. That's cool. So there you go. A milestone for Milestone.
And for the DC animated universe, because Dwayne goes off to write some incredible stuff. Trust me, we will be talking about Dwayne many times
in the future.
In the future of this stream. But I feel like what you were just alluding to, how the way this episode is structured, the way it it teases something was stolen, but doesn't immediately tell us. Like, I really do think you start to see the hallmarks of how Dwayne is such a good writer, that like this episode, even for just being the 5th episode, no, maybe I'm biased because I saw Dwayne's name in the credits and I did a quick Google search to go, wait a minute. Is this the first thing ever that he wrote? And I got it confirmed. Kind of like how we talked, kind of like what you did on the stream where we went, yep, this is the first time the universe uses the term metahuman. It was confirmed for me that, this is Dwayne's first writing credit of anything animated. Wow. And I just felt like this episode with Dwayne writing the script just felt just a little bit above the last 4 episodes. Like the production is still Saturday morning, but I felt like characters had more I don't know, the motivation.
Well, we definitely have a villain that has a lot of motivation for what he's doing,
instead of just being I'm bad, which is what
I'm a bang baby, so I'm gonna wreak havoc. And
he
had a reason, and I think everybody could be like, oh yeah, he obviously at the beginning of the episode he got something stolen, and he's at this, and you can start kind of putting the pieces, like, because if he's at this Reckitt executive guy, it's like, okay, he got music stolen from him because why would he be right there? Or maybe he got some art, or I don't know, who knows. But so, and then of course this is where we find out that this rapper named Ice Pack, who is basically like, he's the one that, he's the one that's put your music out there. He's the one that like used your music, or he's the one that like basically like, oh, I know who. And then of course we kind of cool little transition where you see the picture and then he's in the back of his car doing the same pose. They do that thing.
Yeah.
Which I always like. I don't know why. It's just a fun transition. We've seen it millions of times in shows and movies where it's like you show a picture or something and then all of a sudden it's just like cuts to like, and they're in the same
it's kind of like one of my favorite transitions. Did you ever watch Monarch Legacy of Monsters on Apple?
I haven't watched it yet. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do know that
Wyatt
Russell plays
I
the
did
younger...
hear about this transition where they
the transition is amazing.
Yeah, somebody showed it. I went, oh fuck, that was really good. Because Wyatt Russell plays the young version of Kurt Russell because, hey, guess what? They look pretty similar.
Similar, yes. So the transition from Kurt Russell to Wyatt Russell is like, yes, your father and son. Yes.
Oh, I bet like whoever, the people who were making that show, when they thought about that idea, they're like, oh my God, this could work so goddamn well. And once they did it, they probably cheered in the editing bay, like, oh my God, it fucking worked. It fucking worked. Yeah, I saw that. People were posting that online going, oh my God, this transition. I was like, holy shit, that was really, it probably couldn't work with like 2 actors that were not related, but look similar. Maybe, I don't know, but it just worked because, I mean, it was funny because I remember when I saw Disclosure Day, my dad had no idea that Wyatt Russell was Kurt Russell. I was like, and I turned him like, you know who that is? He's like, that's Kurt Russell's kid. And then all of a sudden he was like, oh yeah, Jesus Christ, he looks just like him. I'm like,
I know, right?
It's like, yeah. There you go. So that was a good. So of course we meet Ice Pack in the back of his limo, of course, just with his posse or entourage, if you want to call it that. And as we're going, man, it would be kind of creepy if you're just chilling, you're out in the night, and then all of a sudden a big bouncy ball is chasing you. And it was creepy because it's not just the ball like we saw earlier. It actually shows Rubber Band Man's face on it.
I
So
know.
it's way
Yes.
creepier because he got this angry face bouncing ball that is chasing you now. And the driver books it, but still it's like he's on a mission. He's definitely on a mission. And then of course we have Richie and Verge, like, just where are they at again? I forgot exactly where they were at. They were somewhere, but they see the madness, the drive by of the limo, and then of course the bouncing ball.
Oh no, okay, because they're at because while
yes.
Richie has an idea for Virgil to have a base.
Yes.
And so he takes him to this old abandoned one of those gas station convenience store kind of combos.
Yeah, that's right. So Richie, of course, being the chair guy, so he wants hey, we got to have a headquarters. You have to have a base, a bat cave, or something like that. And I love what Verge said. It's like, what does he say?
Abandoned gas station of solitude.
That's what it is. It's all abandoned gas station of solitude. So obviously making reference to, it's just so pretty funny little quip right there from Verge. But yeah, so
second Superman reference,
Superman reference, which is good. Yes. But yeah, Richie's just trying to, he's trying to, it almost seems like every episode he's trying to expand the, hey, we gotta, if you're gonna be the superhero game, we gotta freaking have like, a good like everything. When it came to the walkie-talkies and making the saucer for him.
The saucer, right? Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of cool that Richie keeps on trying to expand and trying to make Static into a full-fledged hero that has what the hero needs.
He's giving him his support. Like, he really is
good support system. Yeah.
A support system. He's trying to create it without doing it in a nerdy way. Richie is trying to give him all of the infrastructure that a superhero would traditionally have. He'd have a secret base. He'd have a mode of transportation. He'd have a communications.
Yes. Yeah, no, and it's cool. So yeah, they're there. And then of course there's Verge starts talking about how, needing money and everything. And then of course this is where they get interrupted by seeing the limo ball chase. And so naturally it's like, okay, time to step into action. And of course we get our, we get the traditional Static, like,
right. There is a
morphin time thing that happens.
There's a morphin time. Yes. Yes.
That happens where they use kind of the same shot.
It was it's something they don't have to animate every time because it's already done. They literally just cut it in for him turning into, from Virgil to Static.
So he swoops in, and of course Rubber Band Man just is, catches up and then ends up like launching the limo in the air. Static catches it.
That was cool though too, because like he bounces ahead of the limo, stretches across like two light poles, and then slingshots the car into the air. I mean, that's
very creative, creative. And then of course Static like uses powers to put it back on the ground, and then of course they start having a conversation, and Rubber Band Man is basically saying like they stole from me, because like why are you going after these?
Rubber Band Man doesn't immediately attack Static. He's like, listen, dude, we're cool. You didn't do anything to me. I just need you to get out of my way. Like it was cool to have, because we had such a clearly motivated antagonist. It was cool for the antagonist not to immediately just attack Static, because he's like, dude, I've got no beef with you. Just get out of my way.
Get out of my way. But then, of course, Static's not going to do that. And he goes, there's better ways to do this kind of thing. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, then they start kind of going at it. But then Rubber Band Man's going like, hey, you realize that electricity and rubber? Not going to be able to really stop me with that one, buddy, because it's not a good conductor.
It's an insulator. This is funny. Rubber's an insulator.
Yes.
And then of course Virgil's like, well, even any insulator, you give enough of a charge, like which we see that thing that they've established in at least a couple of episodes already, that when Static really goes for it, like he's exhausted, like
it wipes him out. It drains
him out.
Yeah, it drains him. And he does get him a little bit because he says like enough, we'll do it, but then it's not enough. And he even says like, oh yeah, I didn't. But again, like what you said, Rubber Band Man, like he's about to like, he's even like formed a hammer, and he goes, nah, you're not the enemy. I mean, he literally just like, no, you're not my enemy, so I'm gonna leave you be. So it was, so what you were saying before is like, he's got, you don't have beef with him. And again, very well written antagonists as we learn about him through this episode.
And I just love the fact that we didn't get just like an exposition dump at the beginning. Like it's a slow, for a 22-minute Saturday morning cartoon. It's the 22 Saturday morning cartoon equivalent of a slow burn reveal.
Totally. And then of course this is where we get Virg in the shower, who's just like apparently had a long sleep because he needed a recharge.
Bump.
Yeah, he needed to recharge. There we go. I'm here all week, everybody. Tip your waitress.
Tip your waitress.
Yes. So, and then of course his sister's like, this is where she yells out his
busts out
name.
The full.
Yeah.
The full
and
name.
He comes out and says like, my middle name will never be spoken aloud. So yeah, get that. And then, he comes down to breakfast, and obviously his dad's there doing the traditional cliche dad reading the paper thing. And basically Virg tries to sweet talk him and like, hey, my allowance. Anyway, we can get a bigger one. And then I love that his dad's like, yeah, I'm going to get you into a work study program, AKA I got you
a job.
And I was like, it was just kind of funny. I was like, all right, that's creative. And then he's working at Clown Burger. God, Jesus Christ! It's what's always funny. That's another trope that always happens with sitcoms and stuff like this, where you get the first job, and it's always at a place that has a ridiculous
costume, uniform.
Yeah, it's always like that. That was such a tropey thing in the 80s and 90s. When it was like the first job, or if like the character had to get a second job or something, it was always like, and they do the cut to see him in the ridiculous uniform, and he has to recite what you're supposed to recite. So that's exactly what they do here. And then of course his friends, Richie and Frida and another guy who I don't know who the other guy was.
I don't think that
they just added like another guy to the group. It seemed.
Yeah, they did. And
like, hey, we needed a third person right here. It would not work if it was just Frida and Richie.
Because Frida and Richie wouldn't give him that much shit.
Yeah, they had to add like this other dude,
who's
big
cool.
Dude.
Like he's cool.
Really, yeah. And then like, so it was like, okay, let's just add that, And I was like, all right. So of course they're mocking him for that, which is another trope when it comes to all this. It's like people show up to the job to look at the uniform you have to wear. Wah, 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 wah. It's always kind of funny because it's funny, but then it's like when you get older, you kind of go like, yeah, but I mean, that's where they work. They're making, they're working there. They're making some money. What are you doing? Why are you mocking? It's like, anyways, but Clown Burger. Which, yes, I see Eric was like pointing out. It's like, well, Ronald McDonald was a clown. Maybe they were, but I was thinking more like they were thinking about Joker-esque kind of.
Well, they make him wear like a jester hat.
Yeah, Joker Harley-esque kind of thing. But anyway, so in there after all that's happening, Frida starts playing a song from Ice Pack, and then we find out that Rubber Band Man is in there in disguise and hears the song, and we know, and he's like, that's the song, and he gets very, very upset and just kind of like says like, turn it off, and just totally triggers him.
Yeah, but it's I mean, we as older people watching the show would go, oh well, we know who that is, but they set it up like a reveal when he walks out, and because now he knows where he can find Ice Pack, because there's going to be that like
signing
from the new album that's just dropped.
Yes. and then it's and then he disguises himself as a hot woman.
Yeah, that's another one of those weird trope things with like
Yeah.
with the stretchy with the people with stretchy powers.
Yeah, anybody who can like change their appearance. If you want to get to a male villain, just disguise yourself as a hot woman. Hey, work for Bugs Bunny when he put on a dress for Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam. Hey, if you can actually totally make yourself look like the opposite sex, yeah, it's gonna work because obviously
It's still, however, to me, I'm going to admit that it's a weird. It's a. I'm gonna say it's a stretch. I'm sorry. I mean,
you're alive tonight.
Oh man, it's bad when even I go, I know what this is gonna sound like, but I have to say it anyway. I just I don't want to say this.
The stretch.
It's a stretch. But when people with stretchy powers can somehow also be shapeshifter, I always feel like that's a little bit of a cheat. Like, how do you do a shapeshifter?
Yeah.
Because
it's like, oh yeah, you could stretch the limbs, and then all of a sudden it's like they're like, oh yeah, but we can get it to the point where they're stretching the individual freaking cells in their body to morph their, it's like it's like, whoa, that's technical. I thought he just can just do that and do that.
Right. Yeah. I will admit I've never been a big fan of the stretchy power person magically having shape, basically being like morph. I've never been down. I always feel like that. I always find that to be a stretch. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Stop it.
Wasn't there like a deleted scene from Fantastic Four? I don't know if it was the first or second one of the 2000s one, where like Reed Richards like changed his face, like he morphed his face to look like Hugh Jackman.
Yes,
I'm making that up.
You are not. No, that is a deleted.
They wanted to do, and then they decided to throw it out.
I think it was in the first one. I think it was in the first
one where they were going to do a nod to be like, hey, and he changed his face to Hugh Jackman's face.
Yeah, and then they also did that with when they had the elongated man in the Flash TV show for a few seasons, and they did the same thing where the stretchy power allowed him to. Spoiler for the Flash show, but there's at one point where the big bad transfers himself into Ralph's body, and then he's able to, in Ralph's body, make himself look like himself instead of looking like Ralph. And so once again, it's always been something that I've just been like,
never been a fan, right?
Never been a fan. It's like, I don't think that's how the powers work. I mean, granted, fictional characters, I understand, but still.
I mean, his name is Rubber Band Man, and he's supposed to be rubbery, and it's like, okay, so his face is rubber, so we can change it. I don't know. Yeah, we could look way too much into this Saturday morning.
That's just one of my, occasionally we talk about when these shows, they do a pet peeve or they do something that's one of my pet peeves. Stretchy powers that somehow turn into shapeshifters. I don't.
So he takes Ice back up to like a building that just kind of has like a tiny little platform. It kind of comes to a point, but it just enough where he can stand on it and holds him up right there. And then of course we get the whole thing.
This is we probably get the reveal.
Yeah, we get the reveal about stolen music.
Right. Because he says, dude, I only write my lyrics.
Yeah.
He doesn't
but not the music. So
yes.
That's the thing that we're getting, is the fact that it's like, okay. And, we always hear about stuff like that in the music industry too, where, we hear about sampling and it's always like a weird thing. It was always a weird thing. And I mean, to the point where I remember, look at Vanilla Ice had one of the biggest songs in the 90s, but he literally sampled a song by David Bowie and Freddie Mercury. But then he was trying to claim that, no, ours is different, but it was like, what are you talking about? Din, 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 It was like, yeah. And it was funny because a lot of people, including me, I didn't know about the previous song.
See, my problem is that whenever I hear that song,
I
think it's going to be, the Freddie Mercury song.
Oh yeah, now I do.
Yeah.
Because anytime I hear it, it's like I'm listening to the local rock station and I hear din din din. I'm like, yeah, I know it's not going to be Vanilla Ice. Thank God. But because
Under
you know,
pressure. Yeah, that's what it is. It's
such a
under
good
pressure.
song.
Yeah.
Such a good, Under Pressure, coming down on me. Yeah, it's such a good collaboration right there from two powerhouse singers. But I mean, that's always like a thing, and some people think it's shitty. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, if you sample, it's fine. But I mean, sometimes it's crazy. Like, what the hell? This is no. You just no. You fucked up the song. And I would say Vanilla Ice is one of them that did taking that little bass beat or whatever and turning it into, all right, stop, elaborate, and listen. It's like, Jesus Christ. But of course, for him, he benefited because that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I mean, like when it comes to, and I'm sure, obviously this kind of stuff happens all the time. We hear about people getting suing musicians.
Absolutely. Kind of and clearly, as Ice Pack reveals, it was actually the producer.
Yes.
So it's the producer who's the big deal. And it was kind of, I don't know. I feel like also with Dwayne McDuffie writing this episode, this felt more like a plot. This felt less Saturday Morning.
Yeah.
And this felt more like, no, this is a plot that would have been in the actual static comic book.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I agree with that.
This has a lot more connections to the cultural heritage of, where Milestone came from. Like in my head, I keep on thinking about, that last Spike Lee movie, Highest to Lowest, with Denzel Washington. That was
that was all about that, right?
Right, because
I still got to watch that.
Oh, it's such a.
That's what I heard. I heard it's a really good movie.
It's a really good movie, and I've never seen the Kurosawa. I mean, even the Kurosawa movie that it's based on is based on an American crime novel, but the difference is that it's always about a rich man whose son gets kidnapped. But the point was that in Highest to Lowest, Denzel Washington is like this really big time record producer. So it set it in that world, and that's why it kind of kicked into me when I was watching this episode of Static Shock, because I had Highest to Lowest, fresh in my mind. But yeah, dude, check it out. Great movie.
Yeah, it's on Apple TV, I believe, right?
Yes, it is on Apple TV. But actually, A24 now finally released a physical copy of it. Like you can
look at that.
Yeah,
copy.
A physical copy of that. Now I'm just waiting for them to do the same thing with Tragedy of Macbeth, also with Denzel.
I'll have to watch that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Joel Cohen movie.
Yeah.
Because Francis McDermott was in it. So of course.
But so we get that. And then of course, like we get this whole thing where like he just basically leaves him up there, and then we get Verge, who's of course working at Clown Burger, and let's see, if I think at first, that's right. So so Verge is like cleaning, doing the mopping, doing that whole thing, or we have to clean the restaurant after, which is always like when you close, god damn. Closing when you work at anything like a restaurant, store, or whatever, I'm sure it's always like a big, it sucks. It sucks. But so you have to mop and do it. But so obviously something's happening. We're finding out, like Frida is like letting them know, like, oh yeah, Ice Pack, he's like he's on top of this building and this, that, and this. So then obviously Verge wants to suit up and help the guy out. And talks to like a supervisor, of course, working at Clown Burger, you're not gonna have a professional like, of course the guy's like
this is like your shift leader.
Shift leader guy who's just barely staying awake, probably stoned. Who's just
looks stoned, not gonna lie.
They definitely animated and made the voice actor sound like he was stoned. So Verge is just like, oh yeah, what does he face? Like I forgot what he said at first. I don't know if he said want to take a break or whatever, but then he said, no, you can't do that. And then he was like, well, I'll take out the trash then. And he goes, yeah, fine. And of course, takes out the trash, suits up. and heads up there. And obviously there's like a whole thing now. You got police presence, helicopters on the news. He's up there, and then of course he falls. Static, of course, rescues him, and then of course starts grilling him about the stolen music. And Ice Pack is like, yeah, you don't want to get involved with this kid. And he tries to walk off, but then I love that Static is like, all right, well, I'm just gonna grab you and take you for a ride. And even Ice Pack's like, no, not again. And then he finally just goes, all right, it's my producer. It's my producer. He's the one that gave the music. And yeah, then we get to meet the sleazy producer. Jesus Christ.
I know. And just a little bit of a cliche. But...
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going on here, where it's like we get to see this guy, because we kind of like cut to it. Well, and then of course before that, I mean, even I forgot to mention that before, like when Richie and him were in the restaurant, and because Rubber Band Man dropped like a disc.
Yes, and because this is when
they kind of cool reveal.
Yeah,
so he puts it in, and it's supposed to be Ice Pack's like new song, but all it is the beat. There's no lyrics. So that's where Verge is like, oh, he starts understanding fully what's going on. It's like, oh, he made the beats, and then they just put Ice Pack's lyrics on it.
Yeah. So once again, that's why I appreciate this episode, because they they structure it. It's like a mystery where you're slowly piecing together what Rubber Band's grievance is.
Yeah.
They do not just dump it all at the beginning. It's like they have to just the characters and use the audience member has to discover what the grievance is, and you don't even find out until almost like the last 10 minutes of the episode, or last 7-10, how it's weird with how how short the episode is, because there's no commercials, but you don't even realize that this producer guy, who you don't get introduced to until almost the last part of the episode, this is the real bad guy. Like, this is the
real bad guy. And he, of course, like you said, cliches, got like the big jacket, the cane. He's a big dude. He's wearing sunglasses. He's got the necklaces. I mean, it's all just cliche. Where, he's in, of course, his mansion in the rich part of Dakota City is just like, obviously he's got his henchmen. He's got everything. And
a bank vault in his living room.
Bank vault in his living room. That's pretty crazy. So, but we see all that. And even like his dudes around him talk about how, stealing music and stuff. So we basically go, okay, so here's a real villain of this episode. And then of course Rubber Band Man shows up and, taking out some people, and then it gets in there, and then what's this guy's name? DJ something? I don't even know.
I only pay attention to the fact that his name that he's DJ.
Yeah,
he has a last name, but I didn't.
I didn't catch it either. But so DJ Khaled, another one. So he shows up, and then he starts reasoning like, hey, I get it. I'm gonna offer you something, And of course, the safe opens the safe. It's like the safe full of money. He goes, whatever you can grab and hold on to and carry, it's all for you. And of course, Rubber Band Man's like, well, shit, I'm elastic. I could carry more than any human being, of course. So he starts going through, and he's like, oh yeah. He's like, he just think he won the lottery right here. But then of course it's like, oh yeah. Then you're inside the safe now that has a big door. I'm going to shut it on you and trap you in here and cut out the air supply.
Right. and I like how
I don't mean the band air supply. Sorry.
I also like how they before they of course reveal that it's sealed tight, so there's you're stuck with the air that's in the safe, because Rubber Band Man tries to go through the seam and he can't, which just illustrates, show don't tell, that it's airtight. Like, there's nothing for him to squeeze through.
Yep. So of course, do the whole thing before you cut to commercial, kind of thing. And then when we come back, he's like beating on the door. He's trying to work his powers, but of course he's like winded and just really can't breathe. And then of course we get Static, who shows up and takes out the guards outside in a humorous way. And it's just like, okay, yeah, obviously takes them out, charges when they have their chains and their weapons, knocks them all out and pulls her, basically pantses them.
Oh, absolutely pantses them. Yes.
Yeah,
he grabs the belt buckles and
pantses them, and then goes in there and approaches DJ, and they kind of go at it a little bit where it's like, he gets upset, and then he basically warns them. It's like, hey, Rubber Band Man, which I can't remember his real name.
Alan, wasn't his name
Alan Hamilton or something like that?
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a quick.
I thought you said Hamilton. I could be wrong, and I was like, I didn't catch it, but I just been referring to him as Rubber Band Man, obviously.
Right, absolutely, I understand. So, but what is his real identity? Adam Evans.
Adam Evans. I don't know where I got Hamilton. So I don't know where I got that, but anyways. He basically just says that, hey, he's going to be here. And then he hears the knocking on the safe door. And he's like, or he's already here. And naturally, he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to start zapping the door and try to, release him because.
Oh, crap. And I just read some spoilers for future. And that annoys me.
It happens.
However, did learn something interesting.
Oh.
Rubber Band Man was not originally a comic. Dwayne invented him for the show.
Oh wow, that's cool. It's always nice when that happens, And there wasn't any voice actors that we should know about in this.
No voice actors. Yeah.
I was like, sometimes like it sounds familiar, but you never know. But and then so he gets him out of there, but at the same time, it's like Rubber Band Man is like he's out for blood. He's out to just like, especially after, he's got screwed over twice by a DJ.
Yes.
And I like how, Static, because obviously he's got to stop both. And then he just gets the money to be shaped like him and lights it up to get him to fall for that. I was like, that's pretty funny. It just, I kind of laughed because I was like, because when you first see the silhouette, you go, oh yeah, that's not real.
That's not real. No, that's
what's going on with that. But this is where we're gonna jump into the thing where obviously DJ's running away from Rubber Band Man. It looks so ridiculous, but it's supposed to look ridiculous and everything. But like I said, this episode still has been, pardon the pun of music and rap, but flowing nicely.
Okay.
We're a lot of very punny episode. Get him out of there. That's right. We got Static. That
bet they needed Lake Michigan to baptize you.
Fat joke. Right.
Fat joke.
Yeah.
Hang tight. Don't imagine we'll have to wait very long. Stay out of my way, Static. DJ belongs to me. Calm down. Already made your case, and you'll get your money too. That's not enough now. I can't let anybody dog me out and get away with it. I'll lose my street cred.
And I like right here where he starts going a little less sympathetic because now it's like,
but not anymore.
Now it's about his ego. Like not just about how he was actually wrong. It's like I can't look weak.
Adam, please.
Talks about the street cred and all that.
You're rubber?
This is where he starts to turn more.
I'm rubber. Of course, there's going to be a rubber and glue.
Super glue to be exact. Now pay attention. Here's where it gets interesting.
Those merry-go-rounds. Those merry-go-rounds were so deadly.
Oh, man. And how sick they'd make you if you really held on to it.
I can't seem to hear you over all those sides.
Or if you just hang off the thing and fly off of it. Jesus Christ.
I like how they towed the whole thing away.
And he's just
just give me more street cred.
Yeah.
When I get out, I'll be a legend.
So you talk about street cred too.
Seems to me that once the news gets out, the other guys you ripped off will be coming out of the woodwork. By the time you're released, your hits will be moldy oldies.
Moldy oldies.
Moldy oldies.
I wish you could have seen.
And then we just have like that.
Yeah.
I was wondering, if there's going to be a little bit of a follow-up because it's like, dude, you went to take out the trash and then like you never came back to work.
Exactly. It
Superheroes
was
don't
like
take money.
one of those things where
Superheroes work at Burger Fool.
Burger Fool. I love how
Superheroes
he says
used
that.
to work at Burger Fool.
Huh?
I've been meaning to tell you. After you ran out, you got pink slipped.
Oh man!
And in a related note,
I
your
wish it
dad's
was
been
that
looking for
easy,
you.
but no.
Anything else?
Well,
It's not.
I knew how much you wanted.
Then I like how he throws this away right here. It's like, use the powers to throw it away.
Thanks anyway.
There you go. You like that. And then, of course, the drawing.
The
Yay.
drawing, yes.
Drawing's always fun to see. The little real-time drawing of Rubber Band Man. Cool. Hey. So there you go. Not a bad. It's a good episode. Yeah, it might be the strongest episode. We've done 5 episodes. And I think
the strongest episode so far of the show. So
yeah, it's just it seems like there was a lot here where you had an antagonist that wasn't actually the antagonist. You understood why he was upset, and then you find out who was the actual antagonist, and a lot of things happening in this episode. Verge getting a job,
losing a job,
all in the same freaking episode. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good in this episode. So I think we're both in agreement that this is the best episode so far.
Yeah. Well, once again, I it's going to be fun to watch, knowing that this was Dwayne's first episode of an animated show ever. After he's been writing comic books for a while, it's going to be fun to sort of track his trajectory, and because for me, he becomes a name like Paul Dini. Like when you see an episode written by, you go, oh hell yeah, this is going to be a good one. Like he becomes one of those names.
Yeah, and that's going to be good when we get to those episodes and we can reference back. Remember when Scott said, yep, there we go. Here's the second one right here. But yeah, so there's the episode. What do we have next week?
Well, we're actually going back to Neo Gotham.
Nice.
And we're going back to New Gotham for 2 weeks because we got a 2-parter.
Ooh, a 2-parter.
Right. And I'm so glad we're going to get the 2-parter wrapped up before I go on vacation. We have to take a week off. But next week is The Call, Part 1.
Yeah.
Don't cheat.
I'm not cheating. I mean, I kind of am, but I'll try. I'm like I'm starting to get memories from it. So, but yeah, I did cheat a little bit. I will say I looked at it. So I was like, oh yeah.
Something gets introduced for the very first time in the DCAU.
Should be interesting. But speaking of the DCAU, so we're going to take some time to talk about a couple trailers that came out today when it comes to animated.
Well, one came out today. One came out, I think, was it yesterday?
Oh, yeah, yes. One did come out yesterday. I forget. Yeah, so the past 2 days have been pretty friggin' awesome when it comes to DC and animated. And the first thing that came out, which was yesterday, was the Batman Nightfall teaser, which, oh my God. Because, I mean, I still remember, and I talked about this on Film Junkie Live. I still remember going to the grocery store with my mom. And this is when we first moved to, this is around when we were settling in California. So I hadn't really been keeping track of Batman. And it's always funny because, man, I tell you what, this is what was so great about that comic book rack when it was at the line, when you're at the line to check out and they had the freaking, what do they call it? Spinner rack. And I remember just I would always go to it just to see if anything caught my eye. and I see this Batman issue, and Batman, the costume does not look like Batman. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on here? Why is Bat? And then I read it. I'm like, who's Jean Paul? You know, I'm like, I'm going, what the hell happened? And I had to research, talk to friends. I mean, I went down a rabbit hole of like, what the fuck happened? And then I was like, oh, the Bane thing. I remember seeing the cover of like this big dude like bending Batman over his fucking
Have that
knee.
issue, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I had to go back because again, I did not know. And at the time, it's not like I could just Google shit. No, I was like a young lad. Fucking
You had to put in the work.
I had to find out what happened. I had to buy Wizard magazine. I mean, I had to research and talk to more of my like friends that I had that were more diehard in the comic books than I was, and borrow comic books and do all the things. I was like, Jesus Christ, I have to catch up. But then when it came to the journey of Jean Paul, I was keeping up with those issues, and then of course, as he was starting to lose his mind. And then, of course, Night's End, I fucking was all about Night's End. And I love the fact that we're getting like the 3 parts of Night's Fall, Night's Quest,
Night's End. Like, I totally expect that the 3 movies, that's how they're going to be structured.
Yeah.
Like,
it's got to be like that. And I kind of forgot about that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. They're going to do it like that. Because you could buy a graphic novel or a novel, I should say.
I have the novel.
I actually want to just get that
because Denny O'Neil wrote it. Like,
yeah, saying, yeah, because I have the novel of Death of Superman. You know, it's like
by Roger Stern. Yes.
Yeah, and I just, you know, it's kind of cool where you could just
those things because that was 1 year, because this is the year after Death of Superman. So yeah, and I had the novels because I remember my parents got them for me from I got the Death of Superman from Sam's, and I remember the Nightfall novel was like the trade paperback I got out of Walmart, and that was like I've told the story before how like when we would go down to the Panhandle of Florida on Dad's business trips, and then we would get a book to read on the drive back to Birmingham, and Nights and the Nightfall novelization. Which really is all for it. Like Denny O'Neil does a great job about cutting out all the fat and just like.
Well, I mean, because there's a lot of things in between there, you know, and it was
a lot of tie-ins and
you know,
side stories.
There's a lot of stuff that was in there, and you know, Jean Paul had a good run, you know, and he had, you know, I remember when I saw that initial hit the new bat suit, which was crazy, and then it got crazier. You know? It got very much like, oh shit, he's turning into so let's go ahead and let's pull up the teaser for that. It's only a minute long, and let's just kind of go. I mean, the animation style, dude.
Okay, let me before we even get started, the 2 things that got me about this trailer: one, they really do animate this to look like a mixture of so like Graham Nolan, who was the interior artist on this arc, because this is a Chuck Dixon, Graham Nolan collaboration. They're credited with the co-creation of Bane and the whole Nightfall saga, but the art style looks like a little Graham Nolan, but the covers with Nightfall was a lot of Kelly Jones. And so this animated style looks like they found that midway point between like the Graham Nolan interior art and those Kelly Jones covers for Nightfall. And I think this is to my memory, this is the first time since the Dark Knight Returns adaptation where you can tell they made an intentional choice to, as much as possible, mimic the original art style from the book that they are adapting. And this, I feel like they took time with this one. Because the animation does not have that cheap stiffness that Warner Brothers Animation unfortunately has developed over the past few. Like, you could tell when they stopped putting as much money as they used to into the animation on these direct-to-video movies, and it started getting stiff. And this did not look. No, I'm just hoping they're not like when I watch the actual movie, please tell me they just didn't show the good parts, for
hopefully
the trailer.
But yeah, this thing was just like, it hit all the beats that if you know the story, you're like, oh my God, oh, there's that. Oh.
Gotham City needs Batman.
And that is the voice of Batman is what's his name from Inhumans, right? Anson.
Oh, Anson Mount is
Okay. You didn't know that? Oh yeah,
I did not know that.
Anson Mount is the voice of Batman, by the way.
I think he was the voice of Batman for
Injustice, right?
Injustice. Yes.
Yeah. He was. It's not the first time he's been Batman, so they brought him back for this, which is cool. I love this shot. Yeah, you could tell the animation. Look at that! Look at that!
I know. Tim Drake, Robin,
John Paul for him. His
John
training
Paul
is
right
coming
there.
along.
We're all that stands between those inmates.
Mr.
and the fall
Freeze, look at
of
that
Gotham.
guy. Scarecrow.
They say
Yeah, the big thing was like the fact that look at how Bane looks.
yet
Jesus
you
Christ.
did not see this coming.
I mean, they give us Bane all his ridiculous
Then
glory.
give it your best shot.
So
Let
cool.
chaos reign in Gotham.
We have to help.
And Michael Mando is the voice of Bane.
Yeah. Look at that. Beating the
Pretty
fuck out
no
of that
look
guy.
for the Dark Knight. Something else is going on out there.
And it's confirmed this is going to be an R-rated trilogy.
Nightwing. Oh my God.
Guilty
Oh,
must
and
pay.
Nightwing looking like 90s Nightwing,
Yes, Nightwing has and then of course there's the suit right there. Of course we have like that right there. It's like Jesus Christ, Nightwing looking like fucking 90s Nightwing.
If he's got the gold, because he's got the gold, he's got the ponytail.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's just so freaking cool. But and then of course that shot right there, which is like, ooh. But animation styles. I mean, like the first thing I noticed, I was like, oh yeah, they went when it came to like Batman's suit design. It was like, oh yeah, the really long ears and then the spiky, capey shoulder,
the weird little hook things on the cape. Yeah. And
at first I was like, oh, they did that, but then I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm okay with that. At first I was like, whoa, they did that.
But then but they're adapting.
Yes,
they're making like they're not trying to do an once again, I think the closest parallel you can make to what they're doing with Nightfall is what they did with The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
They're not trying to adapt the story and put it into some other continuity. They're just saying, no, let's do an animated adaptation. Let's do as much of a direct adaptation as we can of this story.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's R-rated.
I've already you can already pre-order the physical copy on Amazon, which I've already done. So, because it is getting an actual 4K physical release. It's not no steelbook. As Ernie would point out, we're Scott Steelbooks. No steelbook, but at least it's a 4K. And it comes with a digital code. So, it will probably kill me that other people will start watching the movie before I will, because they'll buy it digitally. If they still do that thing they used to do where they would release it like 2 weeks, the digital will come out like 2 weeks before they'll release the disc and, make me wait.
Of course, they had to make you wait. So there you go. There's that. And then today season 2 of Batman
Caped Crusader, July 31st.
Oh my Lord, yes. And we'll get this one up right here because this one's a little bit longer, but it needed to be because my God, there's so much going on in here. So much going on in here. Yes. If you guys haven't watched season 1, do yourself a favor.
Oh, come on, jump on Amazon Prime and watch season 1.
It's right there. And like I said, it's Paul Dini. It's Bruce Timm's part of it too, right? Yeah.
Bruce Timm is the producer. He actually, they point him out in the trailer.
Yeah. So it's just more Batman the Animated Series than Batman the Animated Series, and man, this is I think this is definitely going to be better than the first.
I think this season is going to be better than the first one too.
God damn. I mean, come on, right there. That's an homage.
Exactly.
That's an homage. That's the first thing I thought. It was like they blow the
They
bank.
blow the bank open. Like,
Yeah.
We're losing this fight.
Not a fight anymore, boss. It's a war.
oh.
It's our job to protect this city, no one else's.
Yeah, you and your bat buddy.
God,
When we get rid of the Batman,
there's the Riddler.
The Riddler. I
Poison
really
Ivy.
dig Poison Ivy, right? You think?
Yeah.
Call the so-called
for sure.
Batman a hero.
That shot.
But I
Ooh.
ask you, has the Batman
Don't know who
made
this
your children
is.
safer?
I don't know who that is either.
Now it's a party.
Yeah.
Daylight robberies.
I think that's actually Mad Hatter as a woman. I think they gender-
Okay.
Might be. I don't know.
Nobody's crossing.
Thought I
this
heard
bridge
something
that guy.
about that.
I'm running things.
The whole city's on the verge
Okay.
of
There's
panic.
between the question mark with the
Yeah.
bullets.
Can spin out of
I'm
control.
getting like Dick Tracy
Dick
vibes.
Tracy when Flat Top did that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pennyworth, it's me. I need the car.
Rocketeer.
Sane people don't dress like bats and do detective work for free.
I want him dead.
Dead.
You
See,
get
this
me
is another one.
dead.
Get me dead. It sounds like
Yeah.
Big Boy. I want
Yeah.
that Tracy dead.
Very big boy.
Oh, the bat
Little
plane.
bat wing thing. Is that
Solomon
Solomon
Grundy?
Grundy?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Man bat.
Yeah, Man Bat. I love this right here.
Oh, God, this scene.
I've come to awaken you.
Oh man.
To show you. Show me what? What you are. Shall we begin?
I mean,
so
just that tease of the Joker from the end of season 1. Like, this is going to be
Oh, yeah.
such a creepy. I cannot wait to see what they decide to do when they make the Joker
Yeah,
as
in one
diabolical.
one of the images they released, I think on IGN, it shows like, you know, this dude, some dude like on his couch with the smiley, you know, and then in the background at the desk, you have Joker, you know, doing that whole thing, and only his eyes are lit up. And I was like, oh, that's such a cool shot. Oh my God.
I know.
It's such a cool shot.
What's also such a noir thing to where like the band of light only illuminates the eyes and everything else is in shadow. There was a couple other like I said, I think one of those guys was Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy, yeah.
Yeah, Man Bat. There's
Man
someone
Bat.
else that's fighting Batman with like a crowbar or something. I couldn't I was trying to figure out who it is. But this show is also done
It almost looks like it's a Mr. Freeze, but I don't think it's Mr. Freeze.
I
He
was
looks
wondering
like he
if
has
it's like a Hugo Strange.
Yeah, maybe because here's what he looks like right here. I paused it, and I was like, "Is that like a Mr. Freeze?" But I'm like, "No, he just looks like he has a neck brace." I don't know. Eggman, whatever they call that, whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
No, but yeah, I don't know who that is.
Maybe it's just a goon. You know,
Maybe it's a goon with a freaking bad neck.
I don't know.
I don't know who's this. There's Man Bat. Right
There's Man
there.
Bat.
There's
So we're
Solomon Grundy. That's got to be Solomon.
It's
Grundy.
got to be Solomon Grundy. Yeah. And then I love that they're going with the old school bat plane because that's the design. They did that DC Nation short back during like Green Lantern, the animated series, Young Justice. It was called Strange Days. It was an anniversary. It was one of those anniversary, and that's like old school bat plane with the Gatling gun,
Yeah.
you know, on it. So
freaking, oh my God.
I know everyone's gonna freak out. Batman has guns. you know.
Oh, I love it though. I think it's badass. But yeah, so there you go. Yeah, we got 2 delicious animated trailers right here that we, of course, had to talk about. We had to.
I DM'd Dave. Was like, can we please talk?
Yeah, he was like, can we please? I was like, oh yeah, of course, 100%. We got to talk about those. So yeah, we're definitely looking forward to those. I mean, we'll eventually get to Cape Crusader, or we'll eventually get to all of it. Like I said, we're in DC Fan-imated is going to be until we're 90.
Dave, can you hear me, Dave?
Yeah. No, I think my internet is messed up. No, we'll be good. So, but yeah, so we're definitely looking forward to those. When does Nightfall come out? I forgot.
We don't have a date yet.
There's no date. That's right.
No,
It
it's
didn't
coming.
say. It
All
just,
we get is
yeah,
coming soon.
because
Well, hold on.
the
Wait a
teaser.
minute. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to look at my
I
Amazon
think it might be
order.
2027.
No. I think it's
No,
supposed to
is
be
it this year that we're getting the first part?
Think we're getting it this. Hold on. I am going to see if the physical release gave me a date.
See, what the hell, Twitter?
Let's
Okay,
see.
so Twitter.
No. Amazon did that default saying December 31st. Like that's always the date they
Yeah,
give
it's the default.
until they don't have a date. Yes.
Yeah. Now there's like Twitter did some update where if you watch a video like we just did, so then when you're scrolling, all the volume is now up on every video.
Yep.
What the fuck? That's annoying.
Facebook does the same thing. Facebook does it. Yeah.
It's like, whatever. I guess I shouldn't complain. But yeah, so we got that, and yeah, we're very excited. Now for the movie talk. Sadly, I did not see The Death of Robin Hood.
I did.
Yeah, you kind of said it was a little bit of a slog.
I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe disappointed. I feel like underwhelmed because I feel like disappointed is too harsh.
Okay. Like it was still like you still like things about it.
I still liked things about. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Spoiler alert for my review. But I gave it 3 out of 5. It's not a bad movie. But I also don't see myself ever watching it again. Like it doesn't.
Okay. It doesn't do that. Okay.
It doesn't have a rewatch value for me.
See, that's the thing is like I wanted to see it Thursday. Even my dad wanted to see it. I showed it to him. I was like, hey, it's Hugh Jackman. He's like a old man Robin Hood, and he's fucking killing guys. He was down, but the movie theater that we always meet to had no Thursday screenings. I was like, I kept on waiting and refreshing. I'm like, what the fuck? There's no Thursday. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, no Thursdays. All right, I guess we'll skip. And then, of course, then that theater has it for the weekend. I'm like, why no Thursday? That's just, I guess they're just trying to save money or whatever the fuck. And so Saturday happened, and I'm like going, all right, I'm going to go see it Saturday. And the theater up the road had it at 11:30. I'm like, maybe. Depends on how I feel in the morning after a Friday night. Wasn't really feeling on Saturday to go see 11:30. I was like, okay, but there's a 1:40 and there's a 2:30. And then I got working on stuff, and I was watching more Spider Noir. And then I went, I'm not going to make 1:40. Maybe I'll make 2:30. And then I was going to meet up with friends, and they were getting done with their Father's Day stuff at 2:30. So I went, fuck it. I'm just not going to see it. And I just kind of went, you know what? Maybe it's one of those movies I'll just watch at home. And I saw like some reviews, and I think you already had your review out by Saturday. When did you see it?
I actually didn't get to see it until Sunday night.
Okay, you saw it Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
And then when I saw your review, I went, all right, I think it was good that I just said, I'll skip it. I'll skip it, So yeah, I didn't get to see that. But I will be, of course, seeing Supergirl tomorrow evening at 5:00.
I will be seeing it at 4:00 my time. Heather and Liam are going with me to see it.
Nice.
So they both wanted to see it. Declan opted not to want to see Supergirl.
Yeah.
So,
ew, girls, gross.
Ew, girls, gross. So 4:00 we're gonna go see Supergirl. I could have gone to like a advanced screening tonight, but no, we have the show. So
I could have done that too, but I was like, it's a day ahead. And
it's a day, right?
And it's like we stream. I do my other stream, and then not to mention Thursday is like the thing now that when it comes to my dad, he's like he knows like Thursday. And so I'm like, yeah, no, and I like my little routine of that. I'm like, if it was Tuesday, I would have went. Monday, I might have went too.
Right, like I think Dune Part 2, when I saw it, it was like Sunday.
Well, yeah,
like,
when it came to Superman, they had an advance for Monday, and I saw it Monday.
Heather and I did as well.
Yeah.
Heather and I did as well. When we saw Superman for the first time, we went to that Monday one. But the problem with me with those Amazon Prime ones is that I can't use my A-list. Like if I'm going to do that, I actually have to pay for the ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll wait. But yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously, there's mixed reviews out there, which
Yes, very mixed reviews. Very
yeah,
mixed reviews.
and like one of the common factors was specifically from people who have read the book were like, yeah, they try to condensing all that into a 2 and then I'm like, yeah, totally get that. And that was one of my worries that I always said. I'm like, yeah, I like I didn't read the book until like the end of last year, but when I finally did, or maybe it was even the beginning of this year, but it was, I don't know, it was in that time frame. And I even went, oh yeah, and I already knew aspects of the book, and I went, yeah, that's. But we have to remember this is not a direct adaptation. It's just kind of more of like, well, we're taking the initial story. But then I think what a lot of people are kind of going like, especially read the book, they're like, oh yeah, there could have been a lot more stuff here if it was longer. It's like, yeah.
I'm going to be curious because, like I said, I'm not in love with the book.
I remember you said you weren't in love with the book. Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see.
Maybe you'll like it more.
Maybe I like it more. I'm open. I'm open to this. And there are people who aren't liking the movie, but I've seen what they do like, and I'm like, okay, this might be one of those you don't like it, which might mean I'll like it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. No, I mean, like, I think yeah, I mean, another common thing is like people are loving Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa, so there's that. I mean, it's always nice, like, yeah, when the script issues, pacing issues, fine. But when I see a common thing, we're like, oh yeah, but we're loving the characters and everything. So it's like, okay, good. At least, especially the characters that might show up again.
Right. Mm-hmm.
In like another movie or show or something like that, if this universe keeps on going. And it's just like, yeah, at least like, I love seeing that. And, I think from clips and trailers, we kind of guessed that Momoa and Alcock they're going to be pretty stellar. So yeah. Is there any other movies that you're seeing this weekend? That's pretty much it.
I'm going to be completely honest and forthright with you. The reviews for Toy Story 5 have me interested. Like,
yes, I will.
It is getting some amazing. It has been getting some amazing reactions.
Yeah. And I don't know when I'm going to see it. Like I said, I have one of my friends who wants to take her daughter, but her daughter's birthday is this coming weekend. So she wanted to see it last week, an opening weekend. And this is, her daughter's 4. And I was like, maybe her first theater experience shouldn't be opening weekend.
No.
Yeah.
I remember I didn't go to Liam's first theatrical experience, but I remember they took him like 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Like,
yeah.
The one where you were like one of 5 people in the entire theater.
Yeah. And
because you don't know, because that first time you never know how your kid is going to behave.
Yes. And when we were talking about it, I was like, you still wanting it? And then it was just kind of like, well, we're planning the party still. And I went, let's not go this weekend. This movie's going to do gangbusters. It's going to be full. Let's not be her first experience, to be that. Let's wait a couple of weeks at least. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to see it, but yeah, I'll even admit too that I'm going, well, these reviews, I'm kind of curious of
the word of mouth has been really good. But someone who watched Toy Story 4 and went, there was no reason for this movie to exist.
Yeah.
I will admit Toy Story 5 has me interested. So
yeah. And then we're getting, and again, this is where Supergirl is going to have the issue when it comes to box office, sandwiched between 2 big franchise animated movies. I have no desire to see the Minions movie.
Nope.
Never been my bag of just like, I don't know if I could stand. Yeah, they're cute in short bursts, but a full length movie, yeah, no thanks.
I remember taking the boys to go see Despicable Me 4. Was that the last? Did they do 4 last? Whatever the last Despicable Me movie was. I took the boys to go see it because they wanted to see it, and I was there. I think my review said, God bless that one guy who thought this was the funniest movie ever.
Yeah. I'm
it is played out for me.
And I'm just like, I don't mind the short little bits. I really don't. Like, sometimes I'm like, yeah, short little bits are fun, but a full movie of just nonstop Minions, no thanks. And I'm like, that's only like big July 4th. All right. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's probably got to be something else, but we'll talk about that next week.
Well, I think for me, it's like I still have to see Disclosure Day at some point.
Yeah.
I
You got that.
I still need to see, like, I feel like after Supergirl, I've got some breathing time to just do, like, catch
Before
up on
the Odyssey.
before the Odyssey, right? And even then, I won't see Odyssey opening weekend because I will be on my vacation.
That's right. You're on vacation. Yeah.
So I'll even be catching the Odyssey a week after all that, goes down. So really, July is going to be. I'm going to have some breathing time to just kind of like find these things that are still in theaters, and for me to come back.
There's a big release, not a big, well, it's a kind of big release, a franchise release that you're definitely not seeing, which is Evil Dead Burn.
Oh, no. Even the trailer makes me go,
yeah. I was like, oh yeah, the Evil Dead Burn comes out in between. It's after Minions, I think, and before Odyssey. So yeah.
So I've got a couple of weeks to go to kind of like space out me seeing other things. Which, by the way, if you're interested, Sheep Detectives dropped on Amazon Prime.
I'm gonna watch that with my mom. I think like that's
you need to watch it with your mom, and I need to watch it while I'm not falling asleep.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it seems like that's a movie because I think she even asked about it.
And it's one of those you don't have to buy; it's just included with Prime.
There you go. So I think I'll have to watch that with Mama Film Junkie. I think that's one. She likes Hugh Jackman too, so I think she'll actually enjoy that. And I heard good things, and I expected actually pretty good. It got really good ratings.
It got really good ratings. I remember being a little underwhelmed by it, but also
you fell asleep.
I fell asleep, and once again, not the movie's fault. Like that was
you were just
I was long ass day at work without a nap and not having a monster. So,
there you go. So, all right, then there's our movie talk. Our trailer talk. So much to talk about when it comes to this. But like I said, next week we'll be back in Neo Gotham to watch the episode The Call Part 1. Should be fun. And this on Friday we'll probably be doing a Supergirl spoiler discussion. There's definitely going to be spoilers talked about. So if you guys want to tune into that, of course, look forward to my first reaction to Supergirl. And should be interesting. Very much looking forward to it. But I know like the concerns I had they're kind of being shown with the reviews, but try to go in as unbiased as possible and just like, let's see how it is. And I always love watching movies with my dad too, just to gauge his reaction to two things, because he's got a similar like thing when it comes to movies. I mean, I've been watching movies with the guy all my life, so kind of makes sense. So anyways, you got anything else to promote, Scott?
I actually do.
Ooh.
I have started eBay auctioning off parts of my action figure collection. So there's I'm being smart about it. It's not like I'm auctioning off every action figure I have, but there are just some that are like, I have some action figures. They're all mint in the box, and I've had them for like 10 years. And it's just gotten to the point that it's just like, these don't mean as much to me now. So, and cash would be nice right now. So, but I'm starting off with, I have all original, like before McFarlane had the license, I'm the DC collectibles. It's kind of like what McFarlane started doing. McFarlane kind of took over the DC collectibles line after DC like shut it down. So these are all like 2015, 2016 OG action figures. They're all mint in the box. And I'm starting off with I had the complete Arrowverse collection of all the action figures. So right now they're in a thread, and it's pinned on my X account, but I also posted them on my Vero account. But right now, I am auctioning off my Supergirl, Melissa Benoist figure, Martian Manhunter, and there is a 2-pack of Arrow and the Flash, season 4 Arrow, season 4 Arrow would make it season 2 Flash. And once again, these are all mint in the box. Got the pictures. They're up for auction. Auction closes Sunday night, And all my auctions that I'll be posting, I'll run for like a week. They'll be like Sunday to Sunday. But if there's something that you'd be interested in, eventually I'm going to get past my Arrowverse figures and be doing other things. But I'm always going to do like 3 at a time. I'm never going to like just throw them all out there at once.
Yeah, of course not.
But if you guys have always wondered about my wonderful toys, I'm actually looking to unload. And I've taken good care. I've taken good care of my stuff.
Of course.
All the ones I'm going to be selling are going to be mint unopened in the box. So just pay attention to that. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who participated in my Spielberg double feature digital movie giveaway. That was the reaction I got off of that was great.
It's always great when like something like that blows up. It's pretty cool.
So congratulations to Jack Crawford, who won Raiders of the Lost Ark and War of the Worlds.
Nice.
And so I know what the next one's going to be. So I think some of you are going to be excited about it. I think you're wondering why I'm going to be giving away the code. It's only because I already own it digitally. So I don't need the code. But it will be in honor of something being released physically for the first time, that when I get my physical copy, there will be a digital code that comes with it, which I no longer need. So just look out for those kind of things. So a lot of digital giveaways, action figure auctions on eBay. And check out, if you're curious, what my thoughts are going to be on Supergirl. I am glad that I'm going to be able to watch Supergirl and give my reactions and not have kind of like that hand-wringing pregame that I had for my Superman reaction review. So I'm over that. You're going to find out what I think about the movie, no matter what you think about the movie. So
there you go. So yeah, look forward to our reviews, and check out Scott posting that stuff on Twitter X. Good times, and we appreciate you guys listening tonight, watching tonight, doing all the things, or watching later, listening later, whatever. But we'll be back next week, of course, and we love you. See you on the Vox stream on Friday for Supergirl discussion, and guys, we will definitely talk to you later.